we get through?
Here is the spot. Do the walk around, show you what's going on. And that is exactly how these trips should work. Should say pub. Alrighty, you waited long enough. You're in my campsite. I guess who won't be camping there? This time on Bad Ideas Adventures, we're just about to put our wheels on dirt for the first time and hit the bridle track.
From Melbourne to Queensland without the M1 or the Hume, we are absolutely sending this the wrong way up. Okay, so we had to cheat the challenge a little bit. With Victoria in a real state of emergency, the last thing we wanted to do was be in the way. So we picked this up after driving safely through the night to Wagga Wagga. With my first setup being done in the dark, I safely slept in my brand new tent. But it was time to hit the road, so we followed the coal train west, until our first sight came on the horizon. Bathurst.
05 Oval Commodores had earlier.
Let's roll. Right, so this is a pretty incredible moment for me. I have been a car person my whole life, and now I get to drive a lap of Bathurst. All right, we're pulling out onto the straight. Now is the time to hone in, get ready, really shake off the cobwebs of the racetrack. Just kidding, it's a public road. You can only do so much, but still pretty magical to be able to do this. And wild that it's just a road people use all the time. When you think about it, all the racetracks in Victoria are locked down and hard to get on. And turning into the first corner. It's hard not to be silly and remember that it's a two-way street. That's what's really freaky. This is probably my ignorance, but there's like alpacas and houses in the middle of it all. Like people live here. That's pretty nuts. I wish I was a much bigger fan of Bathurst so I could tell you what these corner names were, but can't. I have got the Triton in manual, just so everyone knows. You know, paddling gears, shoulder in around the tyre power corner. The first top of the hill, it doesn't feel so claustrophobic. But when you really think about it, the fact there's, you know, race cars rubbing each other through this, it's pretty scary. It's not as wide as you think. It's like it's a two-lane road, and if it had a line on it, you'd feel comfortable. Without the line, it feels skinny. Hoping this learner pulls over for me. No. Why would they do that? It is an insane view. Holy moly. This is like such a dream. And it feels silly because I live in the same country as it, but Bathurst is so far from Melbourne. It just does not feel close at all. This is where it gets skinny, through this bottom section as you start to head down the straight. Whoa. This learner in front of me is terrified, just sitting on the brake, which is fair. It's so much tighter than you think through this gazoo racing section. Turn the corner in, oh yeah. And then the straight. I wish. One day I'd like to drive this without the speed limits. Nuts. There's just people walking their dogs next to the track. Like, it's just a lap that you do around here. This back straight is not wide enough for 300 k's an hour. That is terrifying. This is unbelievable, like unreal.
So after a couple hot laps, it was time to check out the racing museum. First sticker of the trip placed, it's time to go to camp.
You ready, Maxie? About to turn right onto the bridle track.
You mean left?
Yeah, I mean left. It says track and it's asphalt. But I'm sure that won't last long. So we've reached the bridle track. We're just going to read the sign. Oh yeah, four-wheel drive only, baby. Are you feeling tough, though? No, but what song is it? Let go! We've got 2 days in the... we'll do one night here and maybe one night further up the bridle track, see how it goes. Got to get out here. Like, I'm doing this because I watched an Aussie Arvos video and they made it look so fun as they came home from Queensland. So we're doing it in reverse. We're going up to Queensland, but I got to drive around Bathurst today that I've always wanted to go to, always wanted to see it be on. That's a bucket list item. Now I'm about to follow a stunning river and find a stunning place to camp. It's gonna be great. I said stunning 5 times. My rooftop tent, tell you what, it was pretty quick to set up. I don't know how to do it yet, so it took me a bit of extra time, but it was pretty good. One thing that is concerning me is this bloody jiggly boy up here.
So we rattled our way right into camp and did what you have to do the minute you arrive. So with some canvas rolled out and a tent flipped out of the back of my car, we're ready for dinner.
She's a bit bloody windy tonight, and we've just got to camp and set up. So I'm gonna get to chopping with my new table that fits perfectly where I sit. This was an AliExpress special, so you may not get to more than one trip. But essentially my theory is, if I only cut my veggies once, I don't have to do it again. And put them in little Ziploc bags. So they fit in the fridge a little better too, because they're not fitting very good right now. So let's get to it. Cutting this up isn't the same without the dogs begging for food. Please, Daddy, never gives me carrot. Oh, there's a roux down there. Oh, it's a mum with a Joey.
Tired after a long day of race cars and travel, we watched the roos, ate some dinner, and went to bed.
Day 2 on the bridle track, and the view's pretty good.
Said hi to some locals.
You're in my campsite.
Oh, hello, mate.
I guess we won't be camping there. It's got real shaly. We're down on the river level. Whoa, whoa, very steep.
Like 4 of those deep.
4 high with some bunty. Okay, maybe low. This is nuts.
She can pick you up, and she can lay you down, or roll through like
The camera never does justice to how steep things are, and that was pretty steep. So if I remember the Aussie Arvo special correctly, a lot of this was built during gold mining time, and they used this to cart their winnings or their diggings up to Bathurst. I'll verify that information before I edit this in. But it's pretty cool. You can see like hand-built sections, you can see stacked rock sections that could have been hand-built back in the day. I'm sure it's been properly maintained since. And every now and then you just get a nasty little section of runoff that would absolutely tip you in a river. So if you do see me skyground, you'll know I die doing what I love. So we're headed down the bridle track, and I really want to find... What was that?
I think they did it Rooftop Reserve.
I got news for you, that's where we're going.
Rooftop!
So we're going to Root Hog Reserve, and essentially we're going to try and camp on the beach of the river. It is Sunday night, so I think of all the times to get out here, this might be the best one.
So we hopped into the first river crossing of the trip. You can pretty much see the bottom and it was quite shallow, but that didn't mean we didn't get bumped around by the boulders.
Boy, oh boy.
So we drove up and through Root Hog Reserve and found ourselves a nice sliver of beach with no one around.
Let's pull up. Oh, all right. Now, I said I wanted a 5-minute setup at camp, so here we go. On the watch. 5 minutes. Go. No, we don't need to race. Tent went on. A couple latches to undo it, and up she goes. Pull all the elastics out of the way. And grab this weird kendo stick they give me. Oh, and out she pops. Now that's pretty cool, but you need to get up and down. So out comes the ladder. There. Two bags up for the moment. Into the little pincers it goes. And there, out comes the stick. Undo from the bottom first, I think. I don't know, I got this wrong like 4 times the first time. How we're looking a bit uneven there. And then these sides have a bit of Velcro. Keep them taut. Pop in the hooks. Both sides. And then you can extend the front awning. Nice and high. And there we go. That's home for the night.
That's right, you saw it, 2 minutes 24. So fast.
How are you coming fast?
With that done, it was time to settle in to a nice afternoon flick. Probably the first time in 3 days where you actually felt like time started to move slower. Even if that did mean going to get some lures that got snagged. One man needs his lure back. With the BT50 set up as the world's most expensive rod holder, time to cook some dinner. Pasta. Use your right hand. The fact that it, like, the sauce was dark and it looks flamey now is like making me so much happier with this. For a meal we absolutely made up on the spot, this was outrageously good. Out of nowhere, Max sprinted up from his chair to the rod. Fish on! Once again confirming our theory that fish don't actually exist in freshwater. Or at least you can't catch them.
5 minutes later.
Deep in the guts of the central west, off the treacherous bends of the bridle track, Max faces his reckoning. A monster's on the chew. This isn't just a carp, it's a scaled wrecking ball. A golden slab of pure spike that's currently making Max's budget graphite rod look like a wet noodle. One wrong move on this loose shale and Max is going for a swim with the yabbies. The tension is higher than a cat on a tin roof and the drag is howling for mercy. It's a brutal war of attrition. Max is giving it the full berries, praying to the gods of Shimano that the line holds it against this absolute battleship.
Day 3. Not a bad way to wake up though.
And with a quick scupper up the beach, I'm ready to cross that river again.
Alright, day 3, heading for this river crossing. It's pretty small, but it had some big rocks in it yesterday when we came across. Wow. It's just, no matter what you do, it never really feels good, especially without a snorkel. Oh goodness. Woo! That's a big rock. I'd like to avoid that. Can I fit? No, I went over it. Hope that doesn't punch a hole in my sill. Yeesh! Yeah. Oh yeah! That is how we do it. Bit of belt slip because it got wet. Fantastic. We're headed out north on the bridle track and we're gonna see what's up. And this should be probably one of our longest days in the car. We're going to Oxley Wild Rivers National Park, which is pretty far away, but it gets us up a lot more north towards Queensland, our end goal. How bloody good. Although, a bit less exciting without any water on it. Tell you what, one thing both of us are sick of seeing is people leaving their shit at a campsite. I know shit breaks, I know it. I know it's annoying. I know it doesn't pack down as easy, but bring some extra bags, bring some extra bloody tie downs, and take your shit with you. You ruin it for the rest of us when you don't. The man at the local tackle shop said, "Hey bro, the river's low there, you aren't gonna get many fish." That's just rocks. We've reached another challenge. Hawkins Hill, Jeeps only. Can you see the sign? Jeeps only.
Is that what the breakdown?
All right, I'm putting it in 4 low because there is lights on, 1 lane only, use passing bays, sound the horn on the bends, 4-wheel drive only, no guardrail, steep inclines, and no stopping for any reason.
Full low then, I guess.
Imagine you're a farmer and you just hear all day because of horn on bed. And just like that, we've finished the bridle track. Hill End Historic Village in front of us. We're done. Let's go see if there's anything cool here.
Oh, there's a bakery.
Oh yeah, country pie. Did you say pub?
She can pick you up, she can lay you down, or roll through like thunder, and then quick skip town.
We've hit rural New South Wales.
Put you in my hair,
It's just a bit more sparse in the Midwest.
take a max to go.
Don't worry everyone, we found a pub that was open.
I got this melody, we can't keep no time. Yeah, I gotta head forward.
Bang. Feels a bit off.
Well, I got this rhythm.
Kiss my ass, it's literally perfect.
It's not.
It is.
Comment below if you think that's a pass or a fail. Meanwhile, the most interesting person of the day goes to this guy.
So we've been on the road most of the day. Can't say we've been enthused about it, but we're trying to do every alternate day, like a bigger bunch of kilometres. We've just reached the town of Walcha, W-A-L-C-H-A, in New South Wales. We went through Tamworth today. That was kind of cool. See the golden guitar. And now we're headed up into the Oxley River National Park. Then we're going to camp at Apsley Falls. So it seems like a pretty cool place, and there's a campsite right across from the actual falls, so we'll see how we go. Entering the national park, and it's friggin' raining! We've got to say, arriving in the wet is probably worse. Nah, arriving in the wet and it not still raining is okay, but I think it's gonna keep raining. Just really don't want to get everything sodden There's little kangaroos on the road. Oh, there's lots. Arriving in the wet and staying wet is the worst. Nobody wants that. Someone's got to do it. I've prepared myself a shelter.
Put a mark on this where the fucking correct legs is. You know?
You don't just get it in there and then stretch it to the max?
Sure.
It is, it's genuinely cold. This is not what we expected on a summer trip. But, beer jackets.
And with that, two grumpy boys went to bed. In the morning, it was time for a walk.
It's quite gorge.
Ah! So, we enjoyed some nature, and then it was time to hit the road, find some breakfast. For whatever reason, we started noticing that every town had a museum, so we stopped at this one. As we went along, we found out that this was about one bloke called Thunderbolt. So, imagine a guy who breaks out of an escape-proof island prison, steals the fastest horses in New South Wales, and becomes a local legend by being surprisingly polite. This was Fred Ward, better known as Captain Thunderbolt. While most bushrangers were kinda messy, Fred had a brand. His superpower wasn't a fast gun, it was a fast horse. The more we read, we realised he loved Uralla, and honestly, Uralla loved him back. And why? Because he followed the golden rule of outlawing: don't rob the locals. He targeted the big male coaches and the wealthy travellers, and then allegedly used the money to buy rounds at the pub. He was basically the Robin Hood of the New England area, but with better hats and more sass. Famously, old Thundy B went down in a messy gunfight in the middle of a river right here in Uralla. Constable Walker finally caught up to him, and it was game over for the gentleman bushranger. And while there's a lot of history to condemn, it was only right that we went to the pub built in 1909.
That is one of those times where stopping in a town that just gives you a good vibe pays off. We just stopped and I thought, that building is too big. I mean, every town in New South Wales has a museum, and I don't know what that's up about. I see. Oh, there's a brewery. Should we get beer before we leave?
Great not to.
And that is exactly how these trips should work. Just, hey, should we stop and buy beer from this brewery? Yes, we should. And then you stop, and then you see things, and we just really enjoyed this little town.
Fuck, I hate this.
We don't like reverse parking in New South Wales. Now we're gonna get some beer. Well, the brewery is closed because everything in the country is closed on Tuesday, Wednesday. That's tourist-based, I suppose. But, again, it's really nice to be able to just drive through and be like, I wonder what's here. Especially with like this travelling all the time. I would never, ever put this on my list if I hadn't already been here and or been recommended it. So, just get out and stop and talk to someone. I think that's the lesson here. The pub was pleasant, everything was pleasant. And just have a friggin'
23 minutes.
have a good time and a good trip. All right, we've just restocked in Armadale. Big town, much bigger than I expected. So it's time to do a bit of a rubbish clean out and restock the old drinky cup for the trip. It's about an hour out of town to our next site. Throw your rubbish in the bin. I bought myself this new cup for this trip, and it's my favourite thing in the world. Swear to God, the ice will last all day.
And with that, back on the road to Wollabumby Falls. After the rain last night, was pretty keen to keep the awning out again, make sure we had somewhere dry to sit if we needed it. And while I'm aware I haven't shown you the rest of my setup yet, just hold on. Let's walk through it.
Alrighty, you waited long enough. We'll do the walk around, show you what's going on.
First of all, we've got Max filling up his can. That's the most important part of today. His Outbreak 23-0 setup. And then, I've got mine set up. So when I set up, put the awning up, tie down the awning with some absolute Aldi spec. Screw in 10 pegs. Screw in 10 pegs, forgot the word there. Then we've got my AliExpress spec table, holds many a beer. We've got the Ryobi Link system, and I put all of my kitchen things in here, you might have seen earlier. Everything's got a place, or else I'll absolutely lose it. Got Maxi on a great fire. That is cool. What kind of knife is that?
It's Bark River Mini Gunny Magnet.
Oh, that's the kind of one you got me for my birthday. That is an excellent knife. Excellent knife manufacturer. All right, next, the tub. So it looks a little messy right now, but I think that's part of the joy. You kind of can't see the inner works, except for these wires, which I really want to find a way to hide. Please, all suggestions welcome. I'm thinking just bloody marine carpet or something and stick it to the Velcro strips that are holding those cables up, and then it's accessible still, but I kind of know where I can put it. Don't know. We've tied this in currently, and I'd like to get some kind of manufactured steel bucket tray system here that they make. I think Pirate Life makes some for other cars. They don't make any for the Triton, so we'll figure it out. Then we've got our beautiful iTech World controller, which has got everything on and off there, so I can turn everything on and off. For instance, the lights, which obviously have not a great effect in the daytime, but they're there. So we've got a companion tap. Can open that bad boy up, and then just to shoot. Oh, it's the first time since it's been traveling, so it takes a second. I really like this one because it's got a little readout on top, and you can dose a specific amount, which is cool. So 2 for 600 mil, or 2 600 800, and that way, if you do want something specific, it's very easy. I do have a little line breaker here, just in case anything goes wrong. Can turn it off, and then a little breather back there. On the left here, you'll see my little electrical setup. It's got 2 USBs, a 12 volt for all kinds of barrel jack things, and a Anderson. Now, the Anderson goes into my tent and the fridge, so I've just got a splitter on there for now. I'll probably run a separate cable at some point. It's not really a super big fuss for me at the moment. And then the piece de resistance, the Ocam Night Sky 16, in all its setup glory. Aggressive bird, Maxi. How the f do you know what a pied currawong is? Rightio, let's have a look inside this tent. So you've noticed the 2 shoe bags out here. I've been using one as a rain jacket holder if it's been raining. And then I've got the front door rolled up, but it'll be nice and dark, so let's head in. Whoosh. And this is the palace for this week. So it's got huge side windows, and then just up the top here you can see the clear vinyl of the rain fly, I'll call it for lack of a better term, and that means I can zip up, still get airflow, but see what's going on outside. Also have a starlight that is absolutely open, which has been really fun to watch the night sky and wake up to the sun in the morning. You can see the 2 orange lights, which are fantastic for not needing to have a head torch on in your tent, and it, especially my stupid one that turns on and off all the time, be dumb, or have to have little dangly globes and things that you smack around when you sit up. So pre-installed was lovely, and they used 2 of the USB ports down here. I run a 23-0 Alaskan 1400, so it actually fills the tent perfectly, and is probably overkill for the summer, but it's just what I use. It does not fold up within the tent, so I have done myself a mischief there, but I'm sure a down one would that would squash down, so maybe I get one of those for the summer, and then for tours like this I'll be sorted. You can see all the useful pockets. So on the side it's got 2 useful pockets there and there, his and hers, and of course the wonderful television window. I'm currently watching the world's best YouTube channel, but all the pockets work, and it's actually suspended in the lid. So I've just been leaving like my little phone dock and watch dock there, and then I can put it in a pocket, and then when I climb on in, it's all done. I've got my essentials bag that I bring up and down from the car, and then that's it. I'm set. And again, it was 3 minutes when I set it up the other day, and it hasn't really increased or decreased. Getting better at it each day, and it's wonderful. All right, time for beer and dinner. Actually, what are we cooking?
A bit of beer can chicken.
So what are we doing here?
We're going to stretch this chicken's butt out so we can fit the beer can in it.
And that's it. Simples.
Pretty much.
Simples. What's the plan?
So, I'm hoping we just cut some little it's not very sharp, right?
Well, I don't know. Someone should have sharpened it for me.
And then you just fucking pack butter under the skin.
Okay. Should we choke out some butter in here and use that butter so we don't re-chicken the butter?
Probably, yeah. Probably
Okay.
sure. Sous chef business, I'm not sure.
Yes, chef.
Say yes, chef.
Yes, chef.
I've dug it into there, but you just want it to get in between the chicken.
Hold my hole open.
Huh? So what's the worst part about doing this is I don't have a sink to wash my hands 15,000 times after touching chicken.
My ass is fucking on fire, which this chicken is also about to say, so we'll have something in common. All good sous chefs set everything up in order that they need to be used. Pretty sure all good sous chefs also drink on the job.
I'm going to do a little bit of a rub. Some paprika, some herbs, some cayenne, some cumin. And heaps of paprika because I can't have garlic.
I mean, that would really work with the title of this channel of Bad Ideas Adventures by feeding you things you're allergic to.
A little bit of cumin, you know, heaps. Sprinkle of cayenne again, not a crazy amount. Cayenne herbs. Ooh. And then, the bit I don't know how I'm going to do. Hello there.
Hello there. So we loaded the chook and the beer can in the pot and hoped it would work.
And we just keep building the fire up, I guess.
Okay. Seems simple.
Maybe stretch your legs out. Give a bit of stability.
So while the fire was built, we were concerned it wasn't cooking fast enough. So we tried the tripod. We realised it was a team effort. Why are you not listening?
Got it?
Yep.
Great. Oh, the fucking lamp's on the wrong side. Things we could have thought about.
Fuck me. This is terrifying.
We might just be having roast chicken.
Note yourself. Oh. We're having roast chicken.
Beer marinated roast chicken.
Ah, well.
Dad, it's the fire pit. Fire pit's not.
It's the fire pit. It's definitely not us.
Revisit this.
It's the fire. We'll revisit this. The best plans change. So after all that effort and laughs, it's time to sit back, let the fire do its work. I've just sprinted over to here because that's where the sun's started to burn off, and I'm so excited to see what sunset looks like in this valley. I'm not much of a great landscape photographer, but oh my god, what a view. The saying of today has absolutely been, I'm pleasantly surprised by how fun that was, or how good that was, or how great this view is. Like, we were surprised by the town, we were surprised by how good the pub was, we were surprised by the next town, what was around, and this view. We didn't expect this. There's like falls on the other side of this that are apparently quite epic, and that's tomorrow's job, but this is just spectacular. And we just didn't know that this was here. Like, as Victorians, you know, we've got the high country, we've got beautiful places to go and visit and be, but to just cop some of these gorges we just didn't know were here is absolutely incredible. What a treat. We spent the rest of the night checking on the chicken, hanging out with new friends, and finally, bon appetit. Have you heard of chicken fat potatoes? Here's the rating. What? Day 5, we got up, hit the trail, and tried to find a waterfall. Well, it is the dry season. So, just like that, back on the road to eat up some Ks and keep heading north, entertaining ourselves however we could. We stopped by a place called Dorigo to see some more waterfalls. Oh yeah! We've just come down what is probably one of the coolest roads I've ever been on. It looked like Oregon.
it didn't look like at all. And now we're in these little manicured, carved out spots. Which is over there. And I think that's camp for the night. The website made it seem like we were sitting on the water, but it's pretty far away.
Ticked another animal off the list, not to mention this fella we saw on the way in. We went to bed early this night. We'd covered about 753 k's between Hill End, Apsley Falls, Wallamombi Falls, a detour to Dorrigo, and then all the way to Dalmorton.
Great. So I guess at this point I haven't really shown how I pack up after a night of camping. I found that I haven't really been using my camping table much because I have this table in the back of the ute. It's definitely a favourite upgrade. So yeah, we'll get everything into my little kitchen drawers. Well, I've got to fix this water system. It does like to leak a bit. I did actually flip the fridge from this side of the thing to this side of the slide. Anyway, it's a whole thing. I do like to do like rubbish away and then drink bottle fill before I get in the car. Oh, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. It's a bit spotty. I bought a dribble-proof hose, except I didn't realise it was dribble-proof for the jet set supplies, not dribble-proof for the piece of hose that it is. So we'll have to figure that out. But we'll get there. You know, these are the things you shake out on the first trip. Then it'll latch down, it'll fly out, but they'll lift it, and in it goes. Unplug the power from my tent. Right, next job. Inside. Okay, cool. Crawl in and just unplug the USBs. Last night was a really cold night. Left the windows a bit too much done up and condensation was awful. So I left the fan in here all morning just to try and dry the place out. And it did a really good job actually. Definitely the way to go. And then last night it was boiling because New South Wales can't make up its mind. So I left it on all night because I needed a fan to live. I really will try and upgrade to a USB one so it can just be on the USB power all night. I don't have to worry about charging that battery again. But I do have a 12-volt charger for it, so tie downs. It is an enormous sleeping bag, but bloody hell, it is the best sleeping bag I've ever had. Next job is the tent and ladder, shoe bags. Flap in, then bottom up, pins out. Stick in, and it's got to bend to the right, and then okay, endo stick pushes. There we go. I don't know why that didn't flap down. Oh, I do actually know why it didn't flap down, because I forgot a step. Flaps. There we go. Not up to get. So the thin strap folds in your upper flaps. There we go. You get this flap wherever it's hid. It's going to hold the bottom in place at the top. And we step down. And the air will come out of there. We'll tuck our bits up. Make sure it's all tucked in nicely. The water's off. I'm going to turn the breather off. Tap on my breather so it's leaking so much. And then fridge goes in. Hopefully that deal with this ladder. The one bit I'd like to change out, I think, is my chair now, so I can reach in the back and grab it. Maybe one of those fold-up swivel 360 ones from whoever makes them now. I can't remember, Z-Bad or something. And get nice and flat. That's job done. Oh god.
And just like that, we were back on the road for our final day of camping. In need of a little supply top up, we headed straight out of Dalmorton to the closest town, Grafton. And needing some lunch, where else would we go but the brewery? And picked up the best kind of souvenirs.
Oh my god, what a day. It's 37 degrees today as we head to our final camp spot. It's actually pretty exciting. The place is called, I think it's Bells Bay Campground. And this place is run by the local fishery club. It's really cheap cash, $15 a night per person. As you go up, you go to the house, you give them some cash. You go down and you pick a grouse little camping spot on a body of water that they stock. So Maxie should be able to pull some fish out of there today. And really, just like the best version of camping, you know, like people set this up so that we can do it. It's pretty much volunteer run. All the profits go straight back into keeping the place alive. We were actually speaking to someone at the brewery at Grafton, and he said, yeah, I love that place. They actually closed it for a few years and it's only just opened. So how good that we've just timed this trip correctly, and it's time to go and see something pretty amazing. So yeah, I'm really excited. This feels like a wholesome finish, and kind of just like a good bring it all together moment for us as we head up towards Kyogle, and then it's just off there from some bush tracks. And then tomorrow we head for the finish line in the Gold Coast. Another thing that's been a real challenge is actually trying to film enough. For the sake of seeing some little clips of my holiday, I hope you've enjoyed it. I've really enjoyed making this. It's been quite cathartic and fun to look back at what I've been doing and share it with the world. I have no real goals with this, just to kind of enjoy it and have other people enjoy it. So hell, let me know if you've enjoyed it, and I'll keep making them. And if not, stuff ya. I'll just go on my holidays then.
So we head down our last little dirt road, paid the fishing club, and set up camp. Grabbed a beer, headed for the water, and just took in the absolute peace.
Drunk as hell this night on the stereo. Place your hands in mine, so very old. And breathe the silence there to be warm. And in the night affairs to be done. I'm waiting for a lifeline to hold me. I'm waiting for